Frequent guest of the show, someone that I've been talking to for years and always happy to, is Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Sheriff Joe, welcome back.
Thank you, Mike.
Tough election year going on right now, nationally and locally. What do you make of this election cycle? Is Donald Trump really shaking things up so much? What do you anticipate happening on Election Day?
Well, I was with him from day one when he was here 16 months ago. Something in my gut told me he was it. And don't underestimate him or the voters. I said 16 months ago that there's a silent majority out there, and believe me, there is a silent majority out there.
I made the mistake of underestimating him. I didn't think he was serious when he started running. I thought it was all part of a PR campaign for him. I didn't think he was taking it seriously. Although he started making a lot of noise, I didn't think he would win the nomination, and he has proven me wrong every single step of the way and has turned out to be a very formidable candidate, especially against a weak candidate like Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I hope you're with him now, Mike.
I'm with him now. I mean, I've told people I've got my differences about the way he does some things like anybody else, but he's definitely got my vote. There's no way I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
No one's perfect, right? Even in politics,
right.
That.
So let's talk about your race for sheriff. How many years have you been sheriff now in Maricopa County?
24.
And so how has this job changed for you since your first term as sheriff and now as sheriff of Maricopa County?
Not really that much. I think the situation of a change when I started enforcing the illegal immigration laws. I really didn't have much problem being reelected, landslides. But at least the last term and this one, I have a little pressure. So I have 55 years in law enforcement. Not many people know my resume. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. I just briefly will tell you I joined the Army when the Korean War broke out. And I've been a cop in D.C., Vegas, but my big thing I like to say that, is my 27 years as a U.S. drug enforcement. I was a director in Mexico, South America, Turkey, the Middle East, Texas, Arizona, and now 24 years. So I think I know where the Mexican-U.S. border is.
What's funny is we've talked about this before, and I've always been surprised that instead of the pushback you've gotten from people in either the current administration or otherwise, with your experience working south of the border, working in Mexico on the very issues we are talking about, the drugs that come north to America, that they wouldn't seek your advice on how to fix it. If you've worked on both sides of the border in law enforcement, you seem like the type of expert that they would want to know what your opinions are on how to fix things.
Well, I've been trying to meet the president of Mexico for 2 years. And I get these, it's too dangerous, you'll get killed. I get that on the U.S. side, it's too dangerous. I'm not worried about Mexico. Plus Turkey, the Middle East. I worked in Syria. So I have, right now, experience in the two hot areas in our world, plus the border area, and I'm the sheriff. Nobody can match my background. But people don't understand that. So I try to do the best I can. Sometimes you make mistakes. The last 30 days, they hit me in court twice, the Department of Justice, conveniently when the campaign is on, which is sad. They've been working this thing for 8 years, Holder and Obama. So there's a lot of politics involved, especially in this race nationally. Never seen anything like it. It's almost like they're not afraid to admit what they're doing. So I'm with Trump, been with him, and the thing is, Mike, we got to get the votes out. I just hope the Republicans vote. This
get out
important.
To the polls,
They got to get the votes out.
I know that because this court case is ongoing, there's a lot of things you can't talk about, but what has it done to you personally? I mean, with all your years in law enforcement, now you're facing a criminal charge. I mean, that's got to be disheartening to a certain degree.
Misdemeanor. Contempt of court.
Right.
I didn't rob Circle K.
Yeah, I know.
This is contempt of court. That's the judge's opinion from the civil side, which we are appealing. I hope I'm still alive when the truth comes out of this. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Now he dumped it into the criminal, and the DOJ comes down here. Day before early voting, he says they're going to charge me, and all the news says I've been indicted. It's not an indictment. Then they hit me again Tuesday, 2 weeks before, and now they officially do it. So they got 2 shots at me
Right.
with all day. They want the media, everybody to know this, so I will be defeated. They want me out of office. Soros, remember George?
Yeah.
Just gave $2.3 million to my opponent. That guy trying to buy my office, endorsing and giving out $2.2 million. Every minute you see their ads, they want the other guy. Okay, that's not right. What's going on?
So, what keeps you with all of your, like you said, over 50 years in law enforcement? What keeps you doing it? I mean, why not ride off into the sunset? You have nothing left to prove or nothing left to accomplish. Why not ride off into the sunset?
Mike, thank you for asking that. I don't really have the answer. Yeah, I think I do. Because when I leave, they call me a publicity hound around the world. Okay, once you leave, you will know how to spell my name. Okay, we know that. All right? I don't make that much money. And I have a wife that's sick, but she sticks right with me. So why am I doing it? Well, I think I'm doing it because I don't surrender. I'm going to keep fighting. The more they go after me, I'm going to keep fighting for the good of my organization. I've been endorsed by the Phoenix Law Enforcement.
Right.
I got 18,000 cops. I love the cops on the street, the street cops, okay? Which I used to be for many. I love, that's the I never asked for endorsement, but that one I'm proud of it because it's the cops on the street. That's all I care about. You got all these chiefs of police and all that. I'm not bad-mouthing them, but you know how that works.
Right.
It's the cops. And the veterans, I'm big for veterans.
Yeah.
Big for veterans. So, and that's what Trump is for. That's why I went with him right from the beginning. He loves cops. He loves the military. He loves our veterans. Hey, I want him to be president.
Let's talk about that for a moment. What a difference the two conventions were. That there you saw the Republican convention. I was there in Cleveland during the Republican convention. You spoke there, and his Donald Trump's regard for law enforcement and the things that he had to say about law enforcement in America. And then right after that convention, to see in Philadelphia with the parents up there of Michael Brown and other people, where it seemed as almost the police union in Philadelphia saying, what a slap in the face that was. While we're protecting you and guarding you, you're slapping us in the face on stage. Does that movement in America, does it bother you?
Yes. There's a war on cops started by the president in Cambridge, Mass. when he stuck his nose when a white cop gave a disorderly ticket to a black professor. He stuck his nose in there and backed up the guy.
The cops acted stupidly.
Yeah. And that's how this started. Believe me, it started, this war on cops. I feel sorry for the cops. Every time someone sees a video, everybody panics. Call the Department of Justice. I have monitors against my office because we held, 4 aliens a few hours?
Yeah.
And we had the authority because we were working under immigration. But I'm not going to get into that. But, it's really sad. Really sad what's going on. So I got to stick around, defend my organization, and keep doing what I've been doing. I'm not going to change. I'm not talking about the illegal immigration. I have some restraints on that right now, but you got to fight it. So I'm going to keep doing it, Mike. And I have a wife of 59 years.
Wow.
Has never complained one day. How come you're never home? You're always working. Think more of your job. Not one day in 59 years has my wife ever complained, and she gives me the luxury of going out facing the people 12, 15 hours a day. So I can't give it up right now.
What it all boiled down to for me, I have a brother that's a sheriff's deputy, not here, but in my hometown, is the ability for you to run the organization and the respect that your deputies have for the sheriff. What is the reaction from the deputies that work for you to you? Still.
Well, all our detention association and deputy association endorsed me, along with the U.S. Border Patrol. I can go down the list. It's a little tough, but they're still doing their job, and I set the policies. I work hard. They work hard. One deputy was shot. One of my deputies, a short while ago, when he was given a ticket, drove by and shot him twice. Then another guy with a semi shot up my substation as a deputy was walking in. I don't put up with that. I'll tell you one thing. I back up my deputies. If there's a video and everybody goes crazy, I'm not throwing my deputy under the bus until I see the whole investigation. I'm not going to bend to politics and all that garbage that people do today.
I've always said that nobody hates a bad cop more than a good cop. So yourself, with all your years in law enforcement, when you do see those times when police just do the wrong thing, it's got to make you angry, because it gives all cops a bad name.
Yeah, but everybody's human. Even the radio stations, you name me anybody, there's going to be a couple problems.
Right. You're right.
In private business, in news business, you think all the news people don't, once in a while, they don't have a problem. That's the way it is.
Right.
You correct it. You back up the people as much as you can until you get the evidence. That's the big point. You get the evidence. You don't throw them under the bus for political reasons, television, and all that. And that's what's happening across our nation. They're throwing our cops under the bus for political reasons.
So make your prediction for me. We wake up on Wednesday, the day after the election. Is Donald Trump president?
Am I betting my life or just
just a friendly wager? Because you've been with him.
I'm with him. He's a great guy.
And you've been at the events with him around the country. See how people are responding. Do you think he wins this election?
Yeah, I think the silent majority that I mentioned 16 months ago, when my gut told me he's the one. He won the first round. 17 people he beat. Come on.
Yeah.
And he's going to win the second round.
Okay. Well, Sheriff Joe Arpaio joining us again, as always. It's always a pleasure to talk with you, and we look forward to talking to you after the election.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, thank you.